What is going on, guys? Your boy Joey Shakes coming to you guys with a video right now. So I want to go over Shane Steichen, the offensive coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles, and then talking about Nick Sirrianni, the head coach, obviously already going in, to another game this week. And guys, like, this play calling, I don't think is going to get better. For me as a fan, at least when I watch every week, I just don't think it's going to get better. Even if Nick Sirrianni runs a little bit more. I mean, we haven't really ran enough. We haven't really run that much since week 1 of the season. I mean, we really haven't. I mean, we were more conservative with the running out the clock, but besides like end of the third quarter to like the whole fourth quarter for that Falcons game. I think of what's going on right now with how they're distributing the play calling, whatever they're doing with Nick Sirianni calling the plays, I don't want it to happen anymore. I took some long thought after this loss that we just had. That was surprisingly a winnable game if our offense did pick up and balanced out the offense throughout the game. Shane Steichen, as much as I heard a lot from Charger fans last year, rumors about that he always runs screens, that those are his ideas, I don't really know about that, but I think the quarterback did very well in Justin Herbert last year with the Chargers, and obviously he's had his hands on Phillip Rivers as well. Shane Steichen has to call the plays. I think Nick Sirianni should give up his play calling to Shane Steichen and just give it a shot. Because I'm telling you right now, I think Shane knows how to scheme against the defense, but the problem is Nick has final say in what he's going to do. So the scheme that he wants to do might be right, or maybe he talks about a few players on the defense, say, hey, these are the guys you have to watch out for, you have to do this. These are their strengths, these are their weaknesses, to do these certain plays against them. And it's really up to Nick Sirianni at the end of the day to execute plays against Sirianni, against Shane Steichen's scheme for the week against the team that we're facing. That's where I get into it. So I'm like half and half on certain things because Shane Steichen came from an offense that was run heavy with LA, and the quarterback played fantastic there. We all know Jalen Hurts has some flaws, but you have to balance out this offense and start running the football. Miles Sanders clearly is frustrated. Miles Sanders is clearly just, I don't know if he's going to want to stay here after this year. It kind of scares me that a trade could happen where he might want to ask to be traded. And I'm telling you right now, he goes to another team, he is going to be an unstoppable force. And that's what's going to happen. The upsides to a Miles Sanders trade is getting good compensation, obviously. But, the downside is, it took this long for Howie Roseman to draft a running back in the early rounds, other than really Wendell Smallwood. That was like a 3rd, 4th round pick, whatever he was at the time. We don't draft running backs early. Okay, we drafted one last year, obviously this past year in the 5th round, Kenneth Gainwell. That should have been a late 2nd, early 3rd round pick. So really at the end of the day, when you go through this whole thing, you got to think to yourself, okay, Nick just can't call plays. Just has a bad play sequence. Just doesn't know how to pull things off at the right time. And it's all game. It's not for a little bit. It seems like the Eagles can only play at the end of the 4th quarter, which it only seems like that. You know what I mean? He starts running the ball a lot at the end of the 4th quarter, a few times with Miles Sanders against the Buccaneers the past couple weeks. And, we did really well. But I think Nick has to be, I don't know. I would do it right now if it was up to me, that Nick Sirianni needs to drop play calling. And I think Shane Steichen should call the plays and Nick should just stand there and do absolutely nothing and just let this guy do it. I don't like offensive coordinators that get to teams, and this was a problem with, having Chip Kelly here, and, Doug Pearson wanted to call the plays when he was here, and obviously there's all the speculation about is Howie telling the coaches what plays to do, and kind of like, oh, you're running too much, you're obviously we're not doing that, we're passing too much, you start doing this and start doing that. The screen passes have to stop. It's bubble screen, it's go routes, it's go route comebacks. There's really 3 or 4 plays that we're really doing that's so predictable. You're running play action pass when you don't run the ball, so the defense ain't going to respect you for what you're doing because they know you're not going to run the football. Okay. Jalen Hurts can only do RPOs for so long because I'm tired of that. No shotgun, no under center. I mean, there's nothing creative, nothing diverse that we were promised before the season started. And I think Shane Steichen has a lot of success, and I think that he could run this offense a little bit better. Nick Sirianni should be relieved of his play calling, and that's just the way it should be. And that's I thought briefly since the game. For the past few days, I've been thinking and saying to myself, I think Shane Steichen needs to take the reins. Shane Steichen is helping with the scheming all week. He may give some opportunity to Nick Sirianni and say, hey, I think we should do this and this. And really, at the end of the day, it's up to Nick Sirianni. And Nick is calling the plays. Shane is pretty much getting this offense ready for the week and obviously going over the defenses that we face every week. But Nick is all by himself doing just with the play calling. I mean, it's up to him. It's not Shane telling him to run this play and Nick runs the play. Okay, I don't like coordinators that come to teams but don't call plays. I think if a coordinator comes to there's some guys that are okay with that. I don't like that because I know it was more of a, I think Doug did that with Frank Reich, but it was a very good collaborative effort with both of these guys, with Frank, even our Super Bowl year. But this year, it just seems like, are they not collaborative this year? Is Shane Steichen and Nick Sirianni not working together to get something done? Or they're not agreeing on the same things behind the scenes that we don't know of? So a coordinator comes in to not call plays, which I don't like. I'd rather have a coordinator call plays and call it a day. Nick has got to be relieved of his play calling duties. I'm already tired of it. I'm kind of already done and just annoyed that the same thing is happening every single week, that I really don't have to repeat myself again. And I think Shane should be, I'm not saying the head coach, but Shane should at least take over play calling duties and let him do it. I think due in time it will happen, and most likely we're gonna find out too late because they're too stupid to find, to change it now, or they should have changed it before, maybe a couple weeks ago. But you have to give the head coach a chance and to see what Nick can do. But I'm kind of already, one foot is off the cliff, okay? The other one is close to being off, and I'm almost going to fall. Okay, that's where it's going right now. Give Shane Steichen some opportunity to do something, and we could probably get something done. So other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. I will see you guys later. Shicks, what up, Files 5. Peace out, guys. Peace.